Hi, I'm Sharon Davis with homebaking.org. Sometimes when we bake at home, we like to convert a recipe into a whole grain recipe. Let's use a simple whole grain wheat bread we have here to make the example for you today. This recipe calls for 3 cups of flour. If we make half and a little bit more of the flour whole grain, or whole wheat and whole grain, we will have a whole grain bread. So, out of 3 cups of flour, 1½ cups needs to be whole wheat or a mixture of whole wheat flour and whole grain. Here is our 1 cup of whole wheat flour. Another ½ cup of a combination of whole grains would be interesting, and that's what this bread is. So we're going to use a little oatmeal, a little cornmeal, a little whole rye flour. These are all whole grains, and we will have 3 additional whole grains in this recipe. This gives us 1½ cups of additional whole grain. If we add a tablespoon more, we have 51% of our flour in this recipe as a whole grain combination. That makes this a whole grain bread. 51% of the flour is whole grain. Now how much? When you read these little labels, they weigh it out in grams per serving. So let's try that. If you put the bowl on the scale and you zero it out, and you take all the whole grain ingredient that's in that recipe, you will soon know how many grams of whole grain you have in the recipe. 186 grams of whole grain ingredient. You divide it by the number of servings, and you too will know whether you have 8 grams of whole grain per serving, 15, 21, whatever it is, by doing the math. Visit our glossary under whole wheat or whole grain, and you will learn more. Come to homebaking.org.